In a peaceful village surrounded by endless green fields, there lived a poor farmer and his only daughter, Lila. They owned a small piece of land where they grew crops each year. Though they had little, they lived happily and helped others whenever they could. Lila was known far and wide for her intelligence and gentle heart. One year, the rain refused to fall, and the land turned dry and cracked. The farmer's crops withered before they could grow. He had borrowed money from a cruel landlord named Raghav. When harvest time came, he had nothing to repay the debt. Raghav came to the farmer's hut, his voice sharp and angry. "If you cannot pay me back in 3 days," he warned, "I will take your land." The farmer trembled in fear, for the land was his only livelihood. His daughter watched silently, her mind already searching for a way out. That night, the farmer sat by the dim fire, his face full of worry. Lila noticed his sadness and placed her hand on his shoulder. "Father," she said softly, "tell me what troubles you so deeply." When he told her everything, she smiled with calm courage. "Do not worry, father," Lila said with confidence in her voice. "I will go to the landlord tomorrow and speak to him myself." The farmer tried to stop her, afraid she might anger him more. But Lila was determined to protect her father's honor. The next morning, Lila dressed neatly and went to Raghav's house. She bowed respectfully and spoke with steady grace. "Sir, please give us one fair chance to prove our honesty," she said. "If I can answer your riddles, you will forgive my father's debt." Raghav was surprised by her boldness, but agreed with a smirk. He wanted to see how clever the farmer's daughter really was. "Answer this," he said, folding his arms proudly. "What is the most valuable thing in the world that costs nothing?" Lila thought for a moment, her eyes bright with wisdom. Then she replied, "The most valuable thing that costs nothing is honesty. It cannot be bought, yet it earns the greatest respect," she added. The landlord frowned, realizing her answer was true and pure. Not willing to give up, Raghav asked another question. "What is something that grows when you give it away?" he said slyly. Lila smiled gently and answered without hesitation. "That is kindness, sir, for it multiplies in the hearts it touches." Raghav felt challenged but still refused to accept defeat. He asked a third question, his tone sharp and impatient. "What belongs to you but others use more than you do?" Lila laughed softly and replied, "My name." The landlord's eyes widened in surprise and admiration. Every answer she gave carried truth and grace. For a moment he was silent, unable to find any flaw. He realized that the girl standing before him was truly wise. Finally, Raghav spoke in a gentler tone than before. "You are indeed your father's wise daughter," he said sincerely. "You have taught me that wisdom is greater than wealth." He tore up the debt papers and returned the land to the farmer. The villagers gathered around, cheering for Lila's bravery. The farmer wept tears of joy and hugged his daughter tightly. He thanked her for saving their land with her intelligence and heart. That day, the entire village celebrated her victory. From then on, people often came to Lila for advice. She helped everyone with patience, kindness, and truth. Her story became a lesson for generations in the village. Wisdom, she often said, is the light that never fades. Wisdom and honesty are stronger than wealth or power.